We are back to help the people win some money. Another winning week last week for your boy. Picking these NFL player props, 3-2 record in week 10, 14-11 record on the season. But now we're on to week 11, and here are my best selections. We start with the Washington Commanders coming off a huge win on Monday night over the previously undefeated Philadelphia Eagles. Washington running back Brian Robinson had 26 carries for 86 yards against a strong Philly D. But in week 11, he gets to face the 27th ranked rush defense. That would be the Houston Texans. Houston allows an average of 156 rushing yards per game to opposing running backs. I see the Commanders going run heavy here, and I love Robinson's rushing yards line at 63.5. Bang the over and watch Robinson run wild over the Texans. Speaking of wild, New York Giants quarterback Daniel Jones really hasn't been putting up gaudy passing numbers this season, as the G-men are a run-heavy offense with a rush play percentage of just under 54%. Let's look at Jones' passing yards line this week at 200.5 yards. Jones has thrown for under 220 yards in all 9 of his games this season, and 7 of those games have been under 200 passing yards. No reason to believe this trend will not continue as the G-men embrace the ground and pound offense. Give me Jones under 200.5 passing yards this week against the Detroit Lions. We've talked about running and passing, but what about receiving? Last week, Dallas Cowboys receiver Ceedee went off, catching 11 of 15 targets for 150 yards. This week, he faces the Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikes secondary has allowed the 3rd most receiving yards and 5th best catch rate to wideouts this year. I've seen the line on Lamb anywhere from 73.5 to 75.5 receiving yards. Anywhere in that range, it's a great bet to take the over. Lamb has tallied 75 receiving yards or greater already 5 times this season. I like him to do it a 6th time in Week 11. Speaking of Week 11, big Week 11 game for the New York Jets, who have a chance to move into first place in the AFC East. In their way are the New England Patriots, who picked off QB Zach Wilson 3 times when the two teams met in Week 8. However, in that Week 8 matchup, rookie wideout Garrett Wilson had 115 yards receiving. I expect the Pats to try to take away the run from the Jets in this one and force Zach Wilson to make plays with his arm. That should leave opportunities for the rookie to use his hands and speed against a New England defense that plays man coverage 47.3% of the time on defense. Wilson has been productive with Corey Davis sidelined the last few weeks. Grab him to go over his receiving yard prop of 54.5 yards against the Pats. And for my last pick, the odds makers are starting to realize that Justin Fields is dangerous running the ball, as they have raised his rushing yards prop line each of the last 2 weeks, and this week it's around 71.5 yards. And some of you out there are thinking, should I fade Fields here? Nope. The Chicago Bears quarterback has topped 100 yards in consecutive weeks and has posted at least 80-plus rushing yards in 5 of his last 6 games. This week, he's facing one of the worst defenses in the NFL, the Atlanta Falcons, equally bad against the run and pass. Fields, he's going to have a field day with his legs in this one. No need to even think about the under. It's over, guys. 71.5 rushing yards for that prop bet. And those are my Week 11 player prop picks. I can feel it, guys. This is the week where we go 5-0. But hey, I'll even take 4-1 for the first time. Not going to be greedy. Let's let the winning vibes continue. We'll see you for Week 12.